helping you to deepen and to expand that work. And the discussions that we've had around the country are proof that our community colleges and their industry partners are really up to the challenge. You know, the president visited Macomb Community College just 3 years ago, where he announced the American Graduation Initiative. And Macomb has built a series of partnerships within the community of Warren, Michigan. I don't know if we have anybody from Macomb here today. But in Warren, Macomb has been able to train and place adults into good-paying jobs with solid earnings and good career prospects. The president spoke there about Cisco's Networking Academy, which is working with community colleges to train students throughout the country on technology-based jobs and to expand the platform to train broadband infrastructure and healthcare information technology in Michigan, my home state, by the way. All right. Macomb's also part of a national STEM consortium, a new consortium that's funded by a $19 million grant from our administration under the TAA Community College and Career Training Program. This is a partnership with Anne Arundel Community College, just up the road northeast from us here in Maryland. And Anne Arundel is leading a collaborative of 10 leading community colleges in 9 states to develop certificate-level programs in STEM and to build a national model of design and delivery of high-quality, labor market-driven occupational training. At Anne Arundel, students are preparing for new careers in cyber technology through a partnership with our U.S. Cyber Command as part of the National Security Agency. We saw great examples, too, of outstanding industry partnerships in community colleges and the finalists and winners of the Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence, which our administration was proud to help launch at the White House Summit back in 2010. Lake Area Institute, Technical Institute in rural South Dakota, for example, meets frequently with its board and with business partners to prepare its students for the needs of its economy. We saw strong leadership in places like Valencia Community College in Orlando, Florida, and Valencia tells a story of its partnership with Northrop Grumman, who in the past spent time looking around the country for qualified workers to help make laser sights for military hardware. Now, due to a strong partnership with Valencia, Northrop Grumman has hired nearly every laser technician who has come out of Valencia over the last several years and really created a new program in response to growing industry demand. So in an increasing competitive global economy, America's economic strength depends on the education and skills of its worker. And we believe firmly as an administration that every worker deserves a chance to retrain, to build new skills, and to seek the next opportunity. So for this reason, President Obama is doubling down on his commitment to these partnerships as pathways to steady employment and good income for more American students and workers. He began with the important step of investing $2 billion in a new community college and career training grant program that I spoke of at the Department of Labor. And this will promote reforms like these that I mentioned and also make sure that we're doing more to help launch the second round of that competition this year. We had the first round last year, and we'll do more to really double down on these types of partnerships with these funds. We're looking to have a significant impact on the quality of community college programs by helping institutions develop, reshape, and expand education and career training programs. And most importantly, we want to have a helping hand in young adults and workers who have been dislocated or disconnected from the workforce to return to an educational pathway and earn certificates and degrees. The President's continued that effort, built upon that effort, in strengthening partnerships between industry, business, and community colleges with his announcement of Skills for America's Future as a national effort to expand innovative strategies and improve the skills of America's workers. Skills for America's Future is ultimately seeking to build stronger business community college partnerships across all 50 states. And it's well on its way thanks to participation from some leading corporations like UPS, United Technologies, Accenture, who you'll hear from during this conference, and others that recognize that the potential of this work is critical to our future economic success. Just last month, the President proposed a renewed national strategy to meet the goal of training 2 million workers with the skills that will lead directly to a job. He said we can meet this goal by providing America's community colleges with new resources to expand and redesign their courses, to provide better education and training that businesses are looking for right now. On Monday, I hope some of you had a chance to join him at Northern Virginia Community College, where he outlined the contours of this plan, the Community College to Career Fund. With your help, our administration will press Congress for an additional $8 billion for community colleges and states to partner with businesses to train workers in a range of high-growth fields and in-demand areas, such as healthcare, logistics, transportation, and advanced manufacturing. Securing this investment would give more community colleges the resources they need to become community career centers, where people learn critical skills that local businesses are looking for right now, ensuring that employers have the skilled workforce they need and workers are gaining industry-recognized credentials that will build strong careers. We can't afford to overlook the infrastructure needs of our community college sector, and this is why our administration proposed in the American Jobs Act, and again echoed in this week's budget that was released, a $5 billion investment to upgrade and modernize facilities at our nation's community colleges. We know these aggregate facility needs at our community colleges are estimated at roughly $100 billion, including the costs of upgrades, major renovations, new construction. We believe that investing in modernizing community colleges fills a key resource gap, and it ensures that our institutions will have the facilities and the equipment that they need to address current workforce demands and participate in highly technical and growing fields. So our focus on the federal level is clear. We must help more students prepare for and succeed in college and 21st century careers. We're motivated by this goal to move from 16th back to first in the world in college attainment, and we're committed to a blueprint for reform in our K-12 education system, as well as a formula in higher education that addresses college access, affordability, and success. But in order to really succeed in regaining our global leadership, we also need change in our higher education sector. We need new strategies. We need a renewed commitment to expand college access and success. We need new solutions to make college more affordable for students, and we need a renewed commitment to college completion. We believe that America's community colleges can be the higher education catalyst for that change. You are the sector that's well equipped with a mix of affordable tuition, open admission policies, flexible course schedules, and convenient locations that really lash up with the diversity that's the fabric of American society. From our adult learners to those who recently are out of high school, to those exploring these types of new training and skills, to those that might be learning English for the first time in their community. Many of you are mired down in the world of remedial and developmental education. We understand that it's often a core function of what you do, even though we know it needs to also be the work of our high schools, who too often fall short on preparing students to graduate prepared for college and careers. So we're working to really retool that system as well. But I think I just want to note, as Melinda Gates likened this, she, I know, addressed this assembly a couple of years ago and said millions of students are falling through a giant crack in our public education system. And remediation represents a huge investment on the part of community college sector. It's more than $2 billion a year that's devoted to it, yet it's the stage at which most of our students drop out. We lose the majority of students who enroll in remedial courses, and it's not something that we can afford in today's economy. It means diminished returns for all of us. So this isn't to harp on our problems, but it is to call us to collective tasks and exploring innovations that will really help us move forward collectively to address this challenge. And I know that many of you are devising creative solutions to tackle this and other challenges facing your campuses. You're focusing on how to increase your effectiveness to deliver the best possible education for your students. Many of you are using technology and exploring new ways to redesign remedial and developmental education. You're looking at how you can demonstrate competency-based learning and ultimately accelerate degree attainment and completion for students. Many of you are working to improve articulation and transfer. You're working to provide more seamless education pathways for students. And you're breaking down stubborn and persistent silos that often crop up in your higher education systems. Many of you are delivering more relevant and engaging courses for your students. You're taking steps to personalize learning for your students. And many of you are promoting efficiency and productivity in a particularly challenging fiscal time. And you're passing those cost savings along to your students. So with each of those new strategies and innovations in higher education, you are helping to make higher education more user-friendly and focused on the ones that matter most in this equation, which are the students. Community colleges are leading the way on that charge. Our key challenge to helping bring those innovations and solutions to scale is so that we can have more of those strategies spread across our system to over 1,000 community college campuses and 6 million students annually. It's not enough to just develop these new models, we also have to spread them. So the President believes we have a role to play in that as well, and he's eager to help. Our administration is committed to sharing and scaling up best practices in order to enable our community college system to provide higher quality education that can lead to a completion of a degree or a credential for an ever-increasing proportion of our young people who are enrolled in community colleges. It's why we launched the First in the World competition, to model innovation and quality on college campuses. The President's 2013 budget calls for $55 million in this new First in the World competition to support public and private colleges and nonprofit organizations that are working to develop leading-edge models and test the next breakthrough strategy that will really boost higher education success for our students. But make no mistake, this path to restoring our leadership, educationally and economically, begins in America's community colleges. That path must not focus only on access, it must also focus on quality and on the educational experience of millions of students that you serve each day. We need your innovative spirit. We need your energy and ideas to meet the demands of today's economy and to prepare a workforce that is smart, skilled, creative, and equipped for success. Thanks to each of you for the work you do each day to open the doors of higher education for more students and to ignite in them the spark of opportunity that will really help them succeed. I share the President's belief that your efforts will yield a stronger America, prepared with the knowledge and skills to create an American economy that will be built to last. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roberto, for those comments, and I think that we have some time to do a little bit of a Q&A, so if anybody has any questions, there are some microphones in the aisles. Please feel free to step up and ask your question.
Good morning. I'm Saray Berry, and thank you for coming today. I've been hearing a lot of talk that your office wants to require students to meet more than 180 days a year. Adding days to the school year will not help our students compete with students from other countries, and many parents, and obviously most students, do not want more days added to the school year. The problem is that teachers are so busy trying to help at-risk students learn the basics or understand the language that there's not enough time or emphasis on helping the bright students in the classroom achieve more. Our brightest students are often left to learn through their own independent study. Will you speak on what you are doing to help our brightest students achieve more? And how are you encouraging better math, science, writing, academically gifted programs, and AP classes in the high school? Because many school systems are dropping their gifted programs because of funding issues and offering few AP classes and not as much opportunity for dual enrollment at our community colleges because they need the teachers for standard classes.
Well, thanks for your question, or questions. I'm going to try to tackle them all. The focus of our K-12 education reform agenda is really centered on one single goal, which is to transform our elementary and secondary school system toward a system that focuses on college and career readiness. Unfortunately, we've had for too long standards